The list of groups and people betrayed by Nicola Sturgeon's government grows every single day, from women and healthcare patients to small businesses and now children. Not really surprised that a politician like Nicola Sturgeon has betrayed the people that elected her. It's not really surprised that she takes taxpayers' money for granted. It's not really surprised that she makes empty promises or basically lies to the public. But it's important to do a reminder every now and then. For example, education in Scotland. We've been talking a lot about the ferry fiasco and, of course, the social policies that they come up with, the lack of free speech in Scotland. But it is also important to not just talk about those issues or the NHS, but of course the education system. Glasgow, that's run by the SNP, her party, are now planning to destroy 800 jobs, teaching jobs, and close a number of schools because they ran out of money, because they burned that money, because they completely destroyed the basic competence of finance in Scottish establishments. And they are wondering why people are withdrawing their support. When they lose the money, they go and beg England and the Westminster government for more money, and then they lose that money again, allegedly. And you wonder why people are sharing this video on social media from back in the day, not that long ago, when Nicola Sturgeon was so passionate about education.
In our schools, raising the bar for all and closing the attainment gap, opening up opportunity for every child, that's the #1 priority of our government. It is my personal defining mission.
Personal mission and a priority for government to prioritise education standards and open up opportunities for all these kids. The best way to do it is to close the schools and cancel the teaching jobs. That's the best way to do it, in the words of Nicola Sturgeon. As you can see, the Daily Record reported that the SNP councillors in Glasgow have to now fill a £68 million financial black hole in 2024, with their departments and the authority departments tasked with coming up with options for the cuts. So they decided, when it comes to those budget cuts, first priority to target the schools and the education system, the same area that their boss, Nicola Sturgeon, claimed to care about. Of all things they could have cut, because budget cuts are needed sometimes, austerity is needed sometimes. You need to balance the books, but you cannot do it by harming this essential services and frontline services. It makes absolutely no sense why you want to go counterproductive, just like what George Osborne did, and he didn't do proper austerity, and any austerity that he did was damaging. So it was completely idiotic what happened during the coalition days, and now it's the same thing happening from the left-wing parties and governments. Same thing will happen under Keir Starmer. Same thing would have happened under Jeremy Corbyn, because they would have pushed him to do it, unless he would have been free to turn this country into communist dystopia, which would have been even worse. But the whole situation is completely out of control, and the Scottish voters are getting frustrated. But it's up to the voters in Scotland to vote out the SNP. Get united, pick a party, vote for them. Done. Whether it's the Scottish Labour Party or the Scottish Tory Party or some sort of weird other party, they're all terrible anyway. There's no good option. So I feel for everybody in Scotland when it comes to this sort of issue. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.